What up, everybody? It's your boy, Riley Puddin Peters, back again with Dr. Preston Rowe, and we're coming off of one of the greatest holidays of the year. That's right, folks, the NFL Draft. And on this episode of the Trash Talk Tailgate, we're going to break down the bests, the worsts, the reaches, and the slips, and give you our opinions on the draft.
The only opinions that matter, Riley.
Truly.
And he scores on the last play of the game. Touchdown! Let's talk about that ball. Becomes a nation forever.
Are you ready?
Riley Peters. You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
Preston Rowe.
One of the best young coaches in college football.
It's the Trash Talk Tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2-eye banana seal. You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
All right, Dr. Preston Rowe. Well, the draft, it was a good one. I think going into it, you were saying this, and I fucking agree with it so wholeheartedly, but this was like the first time in a while that the like top 10, even the top 5 didn't seem concrete.
No.
In fact, well, there was some where it's like, that shouldn't have been there anyways. What are you doing?
True.
But what are some of your things that you pulled out of this draft?
First of all, I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen this. I don't know if anyone's ever seen this. The Houston Texans just having the random ass big dick energy to draft number 2 and then go trade back up to number 3, back-to-back top 3 picks to get their franchise quarterback in CJ Stroud and then the best pass rusher in the draft in Will Anderson Jr. That was huge, and a lot of people thought they won the draft because of that.
A lot of people talking shit on that, though.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, see a lot of people talking shit. I think it was a good move. When we watched it, I mean, I went fucking nuts.
Yeah, dude. Because it was crazy. You weren't expecting it.
I was like, stone cold, stone cold, stone cold. But yeah, no, it was a fucking, man, that's some big dick energy move. Imagine if they could have gotten Bryce Young.
I mean, I thought that Bryce Young was clearly the best quarterback in this draft class.
I know, but
the only problem was just not even his height. His height doesn't really matter. Like guys like Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray and even Drew Brees have proved that height isn't a huge factor, especially in today's modern NFL RPO game. It's really more of his frame and his weight that people have concerns with. You know, just is he going to be too brittle to take those big hits? But other than that, he was, to me, clearly the best quarterback in the draft. But CJ Stroud, he's no slouch. I mean, he's incredibly accurate. I question his maturity. I question his motor sometimes. But I mean, whenever he's on, dude, he's on. And I thought
like 18% of the time.
Oh my god. Oh, I knew you were going to make that joke at some point.
Hey, man, all you had to do was wait 18 seconds.
Fucker. But I think what people aren't talking about with the Texans is, so they initially had, they had 2 first-round picks this year. They have 2 first-round picks next year. And in order to trade up with the Cardinals at number 3, to get Will Anderson, they had to give up their first-round pick next year. But they still have another first-round pick from the Cleveland Browns for Deshaun Watson next year. So they really didn't lose that much. Because, I mean, if the Browns, a lot of people don't think they'll be very good next year, they could have a top 10 pick, and the Texans could be right back in the top 10 next year. So
would you say that they yanked one?
Yeah, I would. Fucking Fucker.
No,
I
no,
would
no. He just asked for a hand job. He didn't fuck her.
That's true. Oh, dude. Oh. It seems like the Texans are gonna have a happy ending, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I definitely think. I mean, I think the worst case scenario is the fucking someone takes the Browns to the Super Bowl and they pick 32nd in the first round. That's literally the worst case scenario that they have.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, like they didn't give up that much because they already had so much draft capital from Deshaun Watson. So
Yeah,
it's a great move. Like you go up, you get the best pass rusher to me in the draft, and you know
it's a statement. It was cool. Like it was a moment. It probably I can only imagine Houston Texan fans right now are probably like really fucking hype. Like they're either really hype or really angry, but I hope they're really hype because this.
I
Like,
think they should be really fucking hype.
Yeah, they should be real hype because like this is one of those things, man. This is one of those things. I just hope you just hope that everybody makes it worthwhile, right?
I mean, yeah, dude, they had back-to-back top 3 picks, and they didn't give up that much in the grand scheme of things to get that. So, that's the reason why I love the NFL draft. It's a season of hope. It's literally like Christmas Day for these NFL teams. It gives fans of shitty franchises hope. Like, holy shit, we just drafted CJ Stroud and Will Anderson. I would have been happy with one of them, but we got both. So that's why I love the NFL draft. I love watching these kids, fulfill their dreams, their lifelong dreams. It's awesome. It's just awesome. It's just a great day for everyone.
Oh yeah, man. Unless you're Will Levis. Then it was the second day that was great.
True.
All right, man. So after the Texans, of course, we come to one of your favorite people ever. That is the man that we will now call AR4.
Oh God.
And the Indianapolis Colts.
Thought we were gonna do this later.
I might as well go in draft order.
Yeah. Let's go in draft order. I don't understand this draft pick. I really don't. I get it. The Colts need a quarterback.
Yeah.
But they also need a lot of other things. Riley, I have a bub stat for you.
Okay.
That I think is going to shock you.
Oh, yeah?
A few years ago, everyone was like, oh, the Colts offensive line is one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
And they were. They had Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly. They were really good in terms of their offensive line. Yeah, but, I mean, the last year, they kind of fell off. I have a stat for you, Riley. I think this is going to shock you.
Okay.
Last year, Indianapolis Colts running backs, like on run plays, were hit either in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage on 49% of their run plays. That's damn near 50. That's half. That's fucking half, dude. That's half, dude. And now you give a quarterback who he's not going to sit, dude. Like, the only reason I liked him to Seattle because he could sit behind Geno Smith and he could learn from Pete Carroll. They have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. They have weapons up there, and he can just sit and learn for a year or two. The Colts have already basically said, oh, he's going to be our day one starter. He's a project, dude. He's a developmental project. And you've got a lot of work to do with him behind a shitty offensive line and a running back that's coming off of an ankle injury in Jonathan Taylor. And their best receiver is Michael Pittman Jr. And they really don't have anyone else. Like, I don't like this pick at all, dude. I don't like this pick at all for the Indianapolis Colts. It makes no sense. They should have traded back. Like, if you don't get Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, don't reach for Anthony Richardson when he's gonna have to start week 1. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Fucking trade back and try to build up your offensive line. Try to get another receiver. You know, like do something other than take a project quarterback who you can't fucking sit. That makes no fucking sense. And bro, guess what? I was thinking about this too. Oh, where is it? Gotta get my copious notes here. All right. Dude, Shane Steichen is about to have a reality check. He's their new head coach. He came from the Eagles. He was the Eagles offensive coordinator who you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, Jalen Hurts, he developed Jalen Hurts. That's great. But, dude, you know what Shane Steichen doesn't have in Indianapolis?
Anything that the Eagles had?
He doesn't have Howie Roseman to fucking build the team for him.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that Eagles team is loaded, and we're going to talk about them later.
Yeah, we'll get into them.
But, I mean, dude, that Colts team, it's especially on offense, there's not a lot to work with, especially up front. You know, I don't understand this pick. This is not the best situation for him to go to, and that's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, Indianapolis, we'll see how well you do with projects. Man. All right, so what's the next one for you?
For me, we're going in order. So a lot of people are talking about the Eagles, and rightfully so, and we're going to get to them. But in any other draft, dude, this team would be by far the team that's getting all of the A draft grades. And it was like, oh, they killed it. But because the Eagles fucking did what they did, no one's talking about this. And, dude, what if I told you that there was a team in the draft that got the best corner and the best receiver in the draft? What would you say, Riley?
I'd say you're talking about a fantasy.
Yeah, but that happened. And the Seattle Seahawks 100% did that. Devin Witherspoon, I think he was the best corner in the draft. You know, he's very physical. He can play man coverage. You know, he can play zone, but he's a very physical corner. And Pete Carroll fucking loves that. He's trying to recreate the Legion of Boom. And dude, like Carroll with DBs, you know, it's almost like Bill Belichick with DBs. Like that's how good he is with DBs. We'll get to that later. But you know, and then so they got Devin Witherspoon at 5, which was a great pick. You know, I don't think they reached for him. He's the best corner in the draft, in my opinion. And then, dude, one of my favorite players in this entire draft at number 20, Jackson Smith-Njigba, the wide receiver from Ohio State, he goes to the perfect situation because he is a true slot receiver. And he falls to 20, and now he's got DK Metcalf on the outside and Tyler Lockett who can play on the outside as well. Like, dude, that is a really, really, really good first round. And then you know, the Seahawks, they did some more stuff in the second round as well. They got a linebacker who I really like at 37 in Derek Hall, an outside linebacker from Auburn. And Riley, I don't know if you've seen what this kid looks like, but he looks exactly like Cam Chancellor.
Okay. Yeah,
like I'm dead serious. Like I'm dead serious. Like just not the way he plays, but like just his face. I just thought that was funny. But he's a really good linebacker. So, you know, that they are trying to recreate that Legion of Boom with Bobby Wagner, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, you know. So I really like that pick. He's going to be a really solid starter for them. And then also, dude, they get Zach Charbonnet. They're going to go running back by committee this year. Obviously, they have Kenneth Walker, but they got a really good running back in Zach Charbonnet at 52 in the second round. So I thought the Seahawks absolutely killed it, and I don't think they're getting nearly enough respect and appreciation for what they were able to pull off. They have the best corner and the best receiver, dude.
After a stunner of a season, too, man. That's a team to look out for.
Oh, 100%. Like they are building around Geno Smith, and they're trying to recreate that 2011, 2014 defense, that Legion of Boom. Dude, that era was so much fun. That team was so much fun.
Yeah.
And they're trying to recreate it, man. And Pete Carroll is a hell of a coach, dude.
He is. Nah, Pete Carroll's a hell of a coach, and right now they're trying to pave them some country roads. Go Gino.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, people slept on him, but he woke him up though, you know?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, 100%. So I thought the Seahawks really, really killed this draft. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was a great draft out of them.
Now, Riley, I know you don't want to talk about this because this makes you really upset, but we have to talk about the Eagles.
Oh no, not the Eagles. I'm sorry. Do you mean the Philadelphia Bulldogs?
Yeah, 100%. Dude, Howie Roseman, this is so funny. Like, everyone's like, oh, we're not sure how good those Georgia defenders really are because they're just surrounded by other great players. Howie Roseman just said, oh, okay, I'll just draft all of them.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Don't worry.
Yeah. Dude.
We'll find out. We'll figure it out.
The fact that Jalen Carter, I get it, he's troubled. Like, I wouldn't have taken him number 1 overall. But there's not a better landing spot for him than Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Because you've got, Fletcher Cox, who can mentor him. You've got his former teammates in Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean, who are also Georgia Bulldogs, on the first national championship winning team. So, and he's going to go into a rotation. Dude, think about this. He's going to go into a rotation with Fletcher Cox, fucking Brandon Graham, Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, Jalen Carter, and Nolan Smith, and Nakobe Dean. Think about that. That's their front 7.
Goddamn. Yeah, that's a fun one.
That's Dak Prescott should be fucking terrified right now.
I'm not looking for that.
No, I mean, but so he slips down to number 9, and the Eagles trade up from 10 with Chicago to number 9. They basically flip picks, and they're able to get Jalen Carter. But then, so that's great in itself. But then Howie Roseman, he's not done, because Howie Roseman,
he may be a Gator, but he's got that dog in him.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And the Eagles, they have the number 30 overall pick at the bottom of the first round. And Nolan Smith, he's just falling. He's falling. And Howie Roseman says, fuck it, dude. We're going to double down. We probably lost the Super Bowl because we couldn't get to Patrick Mahomes in the second half. He said, fuck that. We're coming after everybody. And he gets one of the best edge rushers. I think he's certainly got the quickest step out of all of them, to me. Like, he's lightning quick. He's lightning quick. And, you pair him with that front that I just mentioned. That is a force, dude. That front 7 is going to terrorize the NFC.
Yeah. They're going to terrorize the whole league.
And then, they're not done as well. They're able to get, in the second round, they're able to get Tyler Steen, the offensive tackle from Alabama. Dude, Howie's just saying, hey, you know what? Let's just get all of the best players from the best teams.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid strategy, dude.
Let's build the all SEC team and hope it works.
Exactly. And then they're able to get one of the better safeties in the draft. This wasn't a very star-studded safety draft, but they were able to get Sidney Brown, the safety from Illinois, in the third round. He's definitely going to help that secondary. Because that secondary, it was suspect sometimes.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth round, they're able to get yet another Georgia Bulldog in Keely Ringo. Keely Ringo. So
good for them. They're going to get burnt.
I mean, dude, he's going to at least give them depth. He'll probably challenge for a starting spot as well.
Receivers depth too.
I mean, and dude, plus you don't have to cover for that long when you've got that front 7.
I don't know, man. You let up a fucking couple burners at Georgia, and it was pretty much the same guys.
That's true. That's true. You're not wrong. But Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham and Hassan Reddick, they're probably better than.
No. I think He'll be fine. It's just
I mean, they you know they
he really does. He really
they
does take some shit. Keely Ringo.
they double
PG.
down, dude. Like they double and triple down on just improving that secondary, and you know also improving the front seven. That I love what the Eagles did. That they're getting all the praise for a reason. What do you think, Riley?
Man, it's not gonna be fun to play them. That is it. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's my whole spiel.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man. Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Yeah. Well, I thought this was interesting, and a lot of people have shit on this team in particular. The Detroit Lions basically said, "Hey, you know what? Fuck analytics." They take the running back out of Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs, with the 12th overall pick. It's crazy, dude. We had 2 running backs go in the top 12. Bijan Robinson went 8 to Atlanta, and he's gonna wear number 7, which kind of pisses me off.
I think it's hilarious.
No, it's not hilarious.
He's gonna beat the dog out of everybody.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Fucking, and then the Lions, dude. The Lions, they could have taken Christian Gonzalez, the corner that eventually went to the Patriots. They could have taken, they could have taken a lot of guys to help their Swiss cheese secondary. But they said, fuck it, nah, dude. We're just gonna win with offense. We're gonna get our DeAndre Swift replacement in Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, he's an all-purpose running back. I really love Jahmyr Gibbs. I think in that offense he can be incredibly productive. But it's just, dude, I really feel like they could have gotten him in 18. I really do. Now, obviously, I don't know. We don't know what other teams would have did, between 12 and 18. But it just seems like kind of a reach. If he's productive, no one's really going to talk about it. But then at 18, because they had 2 first-round picks, they had 12 and 18. They take an off-ball linebacker in Jack Campbell from Iowa. And off-ball linebackers don't have the analytical value that, edge rushers and outside linebackers do.
Yeah.
Or like defensive ends, And so typically if you would want to, theoretically, if you really want to improve your horrific, god-awfully bad defense from a year ago, you would take an edge rusher or a corner or, something like that. But not an off-ball linebacker. They basically took a Mike linebacker 18th overall. Now, granted, he's a great, great player. I love Jack Campbell. He's a tackling machine. He's been compared to Luke Kuechly. That's his comp that I've seen. And he plays like Luke Kuechly. He's a tackling machine. And that was a huge problem for the Lions. It's just a bunch of missed tackles from a year ago. It's part of the reason why their defense was so horrific. But it's just kind of interesting to see the Lions kind of go they're not doing the conventional thing. Let's just put it that way. They're kind of saying, fuck analytics. We're going to take a running back and an off-ball linebacker in the first round. But if it works, it works. And then in their second round, they took a tight end because, in case y'all don't remember, they traded TJ Hawkinson a year ago, mid-season, to the Vikings. So they needed a tight end. They drafted Sam Laporta, who probably didn't get the hype that he should have because he played on a horrific Iowa offense. If you've watched Iowa's offense, grass grows fucking faster than they move the ball down the field. It was awful.
Yeah.
But Sam Laporta was the lone bright spot on that offense, and he is a stud of a tight end. Reminds me of George Kittle. George Kittle also went to Iowa. If I do really like that pick, he's going to open up the middle of the field for Jared Goff, and I really like that pick. But then they, at 45 in the second round, they took who many people considered to be the best safety in the draft. I was shocked that he fell this far. But again, safety isn't valued analytically right now. It's, you should get a corner or an edge rusher. They took Brian Branch, the safety from Alabama, and he is a, we talked about tackling with Jack Campbell. He's one of the best tackling safeties I've ever seen. Like he is a stud tackler. So it looks like the Lions are really trying to just get guys on the ground, and that's a huge part of playing defense. You have to be able to tackle.
Yeah, no,
that's
that
probably
was a big fucking thing that shot them in the foot a whole bunch.
They just couldn't tackle,
especially when it mattered.
It just So it'll be interesting to see what the Lions are able to do with these picks. I don't hate them. I just think it's interesting to see Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, the GM, go in a very unconventional way. But you know what, dude? I think Lions fans should trust them because they were the hottest team in the NFL a year ago.
Yeah.
So, they at the end of the season, they were the hottest team in the league. It's just interesting because they passed on Christian Gonzalez and Emmanuel Forbes at corner. What say you, Riley? I know I've been talking a lot.
No. You're good, man. Listen, sometimes the doctor's got to preach. Listen, Dan Campbell is a man who has proven that you should at least fucking listen to him.
If you don't, he'll bite your kneecaps off.
Yeah, but we'll see what kind of pudding they cooked.
Oh yeah.
And the proof is gonna be in it.
100%.
But this is their job. They get paid for that shit. We'll see what they think. Or see how it turns out for them.
Speaking of what they think, I'm curious to see what you think about the Commanders draft, Riley.
Yes. That is it. My lovely, lovely Commanders. So, we also skipped on Christian Gonzalez because
yes, you did.
He's trash. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to shit talk to my mans. No, the Washington Commanders went out and got Emmanuel Forbes from Mississippi State to come in, I guess, be a ball hawk for him. From a lot of what I've heard from our good old man, Riverboat Ron, that's what they were so high about. What they were so high on him over someone like Christian Gonzalez was that he was just like a fucking interception machine. So, I hope he gets us the ball a lot. That'd be freaking sick. Yes, and then they go out, and then in our second round, we got to get Jartavius Martin. I've just been saying Jay Martin this whole time, and this is the first time I saw his first name, and damn, it threw me through a loop when I first saw it. Jartavius Martin.
It's a powerful name.
It is a powerful name. Yes. So he was also part of that Illinois secondary squad. Another member, someone that's been a part of like a very good, well-rounded DB room as a whole. And I think that is always something that's like an underestimated value. Like people coming from I guess not necessarily a winning culture as much as like a dominant culture. That can really help in the DB room. Third round, we go out and get Ricky Stromberg from Arkansas, who he was one of my favorite centers.
Okay. Is he a bub?
He's a bub. Dog, he's a bub. My man, 6'3", fucking 300. Probably like right at 300. But he's an SEC boy. He's played against all these names, the Jalen Carters, like the fucking all of them. Like this guy has been in the heat with Arkansas, a program that is on the rise. That's like, past few years have been kind of hot. And he's got some really, really great skills in the center position. He's a wonderful like space clearer. The one big problem with centers is that a lot of times you end up having to do blocking schemes that are really gunked up by defenders, whether it be, defensive linemen, interior linebackers, people coming from stunts. But he really finds his way through that traffic and nails his blocks. And I think he'll be a very, very good, like, kind of sure up piece that we can come in and refine up. So I'm excited to see what they can do with him. Always good to bring some fucking bubs in. With that being said, Braden Daniels, offensive tackle out of Utah. He tall, 6'4". With that being said, he comes in less than 300 pounds, a little undersized for an O tackle, but he also played guard and center at his time in Utah.
He's versatile. He's versatile.
He's a utility offensive lineman. And listen, man, as a utility offensive lineman myself back in high school, it's something that coaches really like having. A guy that you can trust that, if anything happens at the end of the day, you can take him and you can plug and play him where he needs, like anywhere, and he can handle the pressure and do the job. That's a big one. 5th round pick, baby.
Oh my God.
We went and got KJ Henry, baby. Oh, he was one of mine. He was one of ours.
Seems like he's been at Clemson forever.
Hey, man, he wore number 5, and that wasn't just his number. That was the amount of time it took him to get through, Clemson.
I still remember being so excited because I thought Virginia Tech had a real chance with him, and then he chose Clemson, so fuck you, Riley. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Dude. Yeah.
It's funny enough. He's literally pretty much the same size as Braden Daniels. I think that's funny as shit.
Okay.
He's 6'4", fucking 280, 290.
Okay.
Braden Daniels, 6'4", 300.
Okay.
It's kind of funny as shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Great explosive step. My man has got a fucking nose for quarterbacks, and a nose for the big plays. I'm very excited to have him on the team. We have Chase Young and Montez Sweat going into free agent years, and this just gives us some extra oomph if one of them wants to go out.
Yeah, they didn't pick up Chase Young's 5th-year option.
They didn't. And Montez Sweat's in his last year of his deal too.
Oof. That's
what I'm saying. We have two in the free agency year guys.
Yes.
And then in the 6th round we got Chris Rodriguez, Kentucky running back. And then 7th round we got Andre Jones Jr., defensive end out of Louisiana. How you feel about him?
Well, I'm at Louisiana Tech, so
what he doesn't have that dog in him.
True. Yeah. I will say this though, one of my former players did get drafted, and I was very proud of him.
Oh hell yeah.
Kobe Turner, the defensive tackle who I coached at Richmond for 2 years. He got drafted to the Los Angeles Chargers, so I'm incredibly happy for Kobe. He grad transferred to Wake Forest his last year. I'm so happy for him, Love Kobe. He's a great kid, even though he's always late. Love him. Love Kobe. He's a great kid though. I'm very excited that he's going to get a chance to live his dream, and
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Oh yeah. 100%,
Awesome,
I have coached NFL players now, and that's
I have coached real fucking talent.
Yeah.
Speaking of real fucking talent,
I
know what you want to talk about next. The most talented cheater that the world's ever seen. How will he teach these kids?
Teach these kids. Yeah, so one thing I do want to talk about. Bill Belichick can't keep getting away with it, bro. It's insane. And Riley, you're a part of this.
Yeah.
Y'all took Emmanuel Forbes over fucking Christian Gonzalez. But the thing that I don't think people really picked up on was, so the Patriots initially had the 14th overall pick, and the Jets had the 15th overall pick. The Patriots traded back to 17 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Steelers move up to 14, and they take Broderick Jones, the offensive tackle from Georgia. And by all accounts, that's who the Jets wanted. The Jets were craving Broderick Jones, the offensive tackle. So Bill Belichick.
So you'd say they're Jonesing?
Oh, yeah, 100% they were Jonesing. And Bill Belichick fucked over the New York Jets yet again. And then the Jets, so they didn't get their guy because of Belichick. So they reached and took a guy they probably could have gotten in the second round in Will McDonald the fourth. The edge out of Iowa State. Fucking, I don't like that pick, but it's whatever. And then because the Commanders at 16 decided to take Emmanuel Forbes, who not a lot of people had above Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez was at worst the number 2 consensus rated corner in the draft behind Devin Witherspoon. Some people even had him above Devin Witherspoon. But because of the Commanders, Bill Belichick was able to get his ideal corner at 17 in Christian Gonzalez. All while fucking over the New York Jets.
Because that's how fucking Bill Belichick does it.
It's insane.
I
dude.
wonder if when the Steelers pitched that trade swap, I bet you that was part of the fucking deal. They were like, listen. Trade us this pick, and not only will you get, whatever compensation, we'll also fuck over the Jets.
Yes.
And they were Bill Belichick was like, do it.
And Bill Belichick was like, I can only get so erect.
I can only smile so much.
Yes. Dude, it's insane, bro. He cannot keep getting away with it. But dude, the fact that the rest of the league, like Christian Gonzalez, drop to the Patriots is criminal. It's almost as bad as letting the Eagles get Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith in the first round.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to commit war crimes against the NFC. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's bad, dude. But once again, Bill Belichick just somehow, some way, just continues to get his guy, all while fucking over the New York Jets. It's honestly hilarious.
He really does love to fuck over the Jets, man.
He does, dude. 100%.
He really do take everything he can.
He had Sam Darnold seeing ghosts that one game.
He was like, bitch, you're a ghost.
Fucking,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So the other things that I kind of want to talk about, Riley, just some picks who I really like in terms of the fit, in the first round. And we'll talk about him. You can add more to this, but dude, Myles Murphy falling to the Bengals at 28. I really like that. The Bengals, they've always kind of had like a no-name, no-star defense. They've got Sam Hubbard, but they don't really have like that edge rusher that you really fear.
Yeah.
And Myles Murphy can be that guy.
He should be that guy.
They've got one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. They've quietly had one of the best defenses in the league the last few years, especially in the playoffs. But I think he's going to add just that real, solid extra gear in terms of their pass rush and their ability to get over the hump in terms of, getting Patrick Mahomes on the ground. Yeah. The only thing, Myles Murphy, he's got to develop counter moves, bro. Like, that's the biggest thing for him. Because, Riley, I'm sure you know this, his one move that he consistently, and he does it really well, but he consistently uses one move, and it's the long arm bull rush. Just that one arm. It's always his inside arm, and he just plows through people. He just bullies them. But dude, if he can get some inside counter moves going, because tackles they're gonna overstep to nullify that, you know.
Yeah.
And if he can just develop some
I was
inside
gonna say,
counter moves
towards the end of last year, he started getting like a like little swim joint that he was hitting off of that bull rush, like an inside counter swim.
Yes.
I mean, that's not the most ideal, but it's a pretty good move if you can do it consistently. If you can
Oh
get
yeah,
it
and he'll be able to develop that. The other thing I love about him is just his first step, dude. He doesn't have the greatest bend, but his first step is really, really solid.
But that boy, the reason why he don't bend is because he's got too solid of a body.
Yeah.
The fact that he goes that fast with his build, like my man is built like a motherfucking G.I. Joe doll, dog. Someone made him in a factory, dude. Like, Miles Murphy, being the build that he is and having the speed he has, makes me think, man, maybe I can't win every fight I step into. Well, dude. And then I mean, I want to add off the top of it before you can even say it. Yeah. Directly after Miles Murphy,
yes,
we get back-to-back real Death Valley representation.
Yes.
And the Saints get Brian Brzee at 29th, 30th, whatever you want to count. Fuck the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Well, it's technically 30th because of the Dolphins. The Dolphins in there don't get a pick.
True. It's confusing.
It is. But, yeah, Brian Brzee, man, that's another... I think that's one that'll actually be a pretty good fit. I think he is a day one starter for a team like the Saints. They're not necessarily the deepest at defensive tackle. And he's a guy who I think is physical enough to do the defensive tackle job at this level. He does have a little bit of concerns. He's still decently fresh off an injury, an ACL tear. But, I mean, he had, like, most of last season to play. But, like, you're always worried about young guys and ACLs. But I think the most important thing is that he's Ella Strong. And they're in there to play, man. He's in there to play. I think the Saints will really benefit from this. This will give them a piece. I don't think. I mean, he's not like an Aaron Donald defensive tackle.
No.
He is a bowling ball, a run stuffing bowling ball. He does have a redonkulous set and pull.
He does.
It's like, honestly, it's his best pass rush move. The only problem with that being your best pass rush move is it's a really, really hard one to get on people a lot.
Yes.
But when he gets it, it's like an insta win, and he gets some dominant sacks out of that. So he is you start to worry about him. You can't just not scheme for him. He's gonna be a threat if you leave him alone. But yeah, man, I think one, shouts to fucking Clemson, shouts to the boys, the D-line. That is D-line University right there. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's not.
Shut the fuck up. Baby. D-line University.
No, it's not.
Let's read off the alumni.
No.
Read off the alumni. Give them to them. Right now, we got Miles Murphy. We got Brian Brzee. We got fucking Sexy Dexy, dude.
Okay.
Fucking, dude.
And you got Christian Wilkins.
I know, dude. Okay. We got Christian fucking Wilkins, dude. We got I'm fucking. There's another one. I'm fucking forgetting. Oh my god.
I played against him. Cleveland Farrell.
Yes, Cleveland Farrell. He's not even the one I was thinking about though. There's another random one on a team. God damn it. I don't know. Read off the alumni though. That's D-line U.
Brady Jarrett.
Yeah. Fucking read off the list, dude. That's D-line U, baby.
I don't have the list, dude. It's not in my copious notes because no one gives a shit about it.
Yeah, no one ever gave a shit about D-line.
Unfortunately, dude. That's why we have Bubs. We have to show them love.
We have to give them fucking love. That's what I'm here for, folks. Follow me on my fucking gospel mission. All right, buddy. Let's I guess we're damn near close to the end. Let's wrap this fucking. What else you got to talk about?
Well, I've just got a few more things.
Yeah, a few more picks. Let's get it.
The Ravens, they they're trying to make Lamar Jackson not fucking hate them. They draft Zay Flowers, the wide receiver out of Boston College.
That's gonna be a great fit for them.
Yeah, 100%.
And Trenton Simpson.
They did draft Trenton Simpson, the linebacker from Clemson. Yeah, I thought the Bills did Josh Allen a huge solid. They draft Dalton Kincaid. I personally thought
I was about to say, you think they did him a solid?
Yeah.
They fucked him over. They gave him the worst of the two fucking tight ends at the top of the board.
He's more athletic and he's more of a move tight end, which is what we call like a guy that you can split out.
Yeah.
To flex him out. Michael Mayer's more of an inline core tight end, but he can also flex out. Dalton Kincaid, I think his ceiling is higher. I mean, I do think he's a really good player, but he's a big body target. And Josh Allen, he led the league in red zone interceptions last year. He's definitely going to help Josh Allen bring those interceptions down in the red zone. I think that's huge. I don't think anyone's really talking about this dude, but the Steelers in the second round, they had the first pick in the second round, the 32nd overall pick, thanks to Miami. Dude, they draft Joey Porter Jr. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is a good pick out of them.
Yeah, dude, like Joey Porter, his father played for the Steelers, and now his son also plays for the Steelers. The corner out of Penn State, he fits a huge need there. They needed a true corner, a true number one corner, excuse me. And that storyline is so great, and also he's a phenomenal player. So I think he's really going to help them. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Also, another cool pick was Deuce Vaughn.
Being
able to 100%. Get picked by his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the Cowboys. That was sick. That was cool to watch.
And
fuck the Cowboys.
It's not just a cool story. I know he was drafted in the 6th round, but he's gonna help them.
Yo, he's a legit fucking player. I was like, he went in the 6th round. Is it
Yeah.
because he's short?
It's because he's short and he didn't run very fast.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you guys, dude. My boy's a fucking bowling ball.
You can't find him and you can't tap. He's going to be the next Darren Sproles.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh, and just the fact that he's going to get to play for his dad, I think that's awesome. Like that's just it's so cool, dude. Speaking of the Cowboys, they also drafted Mozzie Smith in the 1st round. A lot of people didn't like this.
I thought it was Maisie Smith.
I think it's Mozzie.
I don't give a shit.
I think it's Mozzie.
He's a fucking
I don't
cowboy
know.
anyways.
He's a cowboy.
Fuck him.
He's a Dallas Cowboy. But a lot of people don't like this pick. I've seen a lot of people shitting on it. I don't hate it. I mean, I think they probably reached for him, but he does fit a need because their run defense was atrocious last year, and he is going to be able to help them in that regard. So
yeah,
I do like that pick. I do like that pick. Yeah, I think the last thing, Riley, is, we talked about how the Commanders didn't pick up Chase Young's 5th-year option. We mentioned it earlier. This one hits a little too close to home, Riley. The Arizona Cardinals decided not to pick up Isaiah Simmons' 5th-year option.
Dog, they better be making him a fucking fat contract for that. Because if they're not, my man's needs to go somewhere where he's appreciated, okay? He needs to call up Bill Belichick and fucking and Bouston and go get himself fucking a championship ring or something, dude. Isaiah Simmons is an insane caliber player. He is just a different fucking person, and he is criminally misused by that Arizona Cardinals coaching staff. I mean, they leave him. He is, as you put it earlier, Preston, not a fucking linebacker. I mean, he is, and it's not that he's not a linebacker. It's just he's so much more than that. He can do so much more than that. He can rush the passer. He can play zone. He's at Clemson, dude, he was a vacuum when it comes to cutting off like short dump routes, flats, outs, ins, just short stuff like that. I mean, he really is. He can go with tight ends. I mean, my man's 6'5", dude. He can be with most of the best tight ends and just in lockstep with all of them and compete physically. And I mean, yeah.
Sorry
No,
to
no,
cut you off, but
no,
like
no, you're good.
I don't understand. I mean, I get it. The Cardinals do have Buda Baker, and they've got really good safeties, but dude, I would watch Cardinals games last year, and they play him at Mike. It's like, bro, you're overthinking this. Isaiah Simmons is ideally a fucking, we call it lurk, a cover one drop down box safety, who, like you said, plays man on the tight end, fucking guards the flats, comes up in run support, sets the edge. You know, he can play deep, like he can be a deep ball safety, like,
If he needs to be, he can do it.
if he needs to be, but you've got Buda Baker for that.
Yeah.
And I hate, like, I get it. Yes, he can play linebacker, but he's just so much better off playing deeper and coming up and supporting the run and taking the flat and taking the tight ends and cutting off those shallow and flat routes. So I really don't like how he's being misused. Like, I compared it, we talked about this earlier before the show. I compared it to Micah Parsons, his rookie year. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, oh, he's so versatile. He can do everything. He can cover running backs out of the backfield. And, he can fucking play on tight ends. And he can fucking, cover the seam and all that bullshit. And it's like, nah, dog. Like, what's the most valuable thing that he can do? It's fucking rush the passer. Fuck all the other shit. The Cowboys for about half a year, and they still do to a certain extent, they just overthought it. Like, just let him rush the passer. That's what he's phenomenal at. And they started letting him loose and just letting him, just letting him go off the edge. And all of a sudden, he, is one of the NFL's leading sack leaders. Like, sometimes it's not that complicated. And the same thing with Isaiah Simmons, dude. Just, what is he really good at? He's really good as a lurk, drop down box safety. That's what you should use him as.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that hard. And dude, like you said, like if the Cardinals do wind up letting him go, he's gonna go somewhere where they actually utilize him correctly, and the Cardinals are once again going to look like absolute fucking retards.
Yeah, no, they're gonna look like fucking twats.
Yeah.
Like, I just, it hurts me so bad because Isaiah Simmons was one of my favorite players during his time at Clemson, rivaling potentially all the way up to the defensive line.
Ooh, that's saying something.
That's fucking saying something for me, dog. That's saying something for me. But he was just always there, always making a play. Just felt like he has a sense for the game of football that's just a little bit above the average person. Which is why I know that they like to throw him at like Mike and shit like that, because he's still like he can still do the job, but goddamn, let my man
he's
have
an
some
athletic
space.
freak.
Let my man have some space. It's like what they talk about, like throwing wide receiver screens. Let your best players get in space and do their work. He is the defensive version of that. The reason why you let him be that lurk position is because when he gets moving, he just is on a different level than everyone else.
He's disruptive.
Yeah.
He's disruptive.
He just gets, he can get around people. He can be where you don't expect him. Yeah, no. So, fuck the Cardinals. I'm glad they didn't win that Super Bowl. They better sign my boy.
Hey,
or
Riley.
they better get rid of him and DeAndre Hopkins.
Hey, Riley, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that if you would have had Isaiah Simmons at Clemson, do you think O.J. Howard would have fucking scored all those touchdowns against you in the national championship?
Only if we used them right.
Just thought that was funny. Dude, y'all safeties, y'all. I think O.J. Howard is still running free on y'all.
Yeah, nah, he's actually still, he ran right out of the NFL and straight into still running free.
True.
All right, buddy. Well, this one was a banger, man. The draft was a great one this year. And I'm glad that we get to do this right here, man. Anything else you got before we go?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right, folks, please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know all the beautiful, wonderful things, all the bad things. Whatever you got for us, just tell us. We'll listen. Maybe. Probably not. But please keep tuning in. We're going to keep grinding, keep plugging, keep going. Y'all are beautiful, but we got to clean up, and we're out of here, folks. Peace.
Nice.